I'm Ashley Weston. I'm a celebrity menswear stylist. So today I want to go over the 5 shoes you should own. So in my Wardrobe Essentials series, as well as my Summer Essentials ebook, I definitely touch on shoes a bit, but probably the most requested video I get is about the number and type of shoes you should have in your closet. These are the quintessential shoes that you should have in your closet year-round. Anything outside of these is just a specialty item like snow boots, which I'll cover later on. The first pair of shoes you should own is a nice, sleek pair of athletic shoes. Not only can you wear them in the gym, but they also look great with your casual outfits. So I like these Nikes a lot, but in order to not have this video be an hour long, I'm listing all of my recommendations at every price point in my article. So definitely check that out in the link in the video description. I like this one a lot because it has a nice woven upper and a great cushiony sole. I recommend in terms of color going with a black, gray, or white color scheme like I have here, or a black and white color scheme, or a navy and white color scheme, because that will go with the majority of your outfits. There are other crazy colors out there like a neon green or bright reds. I really find that they pull the attention away from your outfit and focuses it now on your feet, which is not something you want. So instead, stick with nice, simple colors. So you probably wouldn't even know this, but these are my clients and they're a year old and he pretty much wears them regularly, I would say. The reason why he's been able to keep them so new looking is because every few weeks, he'll just give it a nice wipe down to make sure that there's no dirt or scuff marks hanging out on these white soles. I always recommend to my clients, my friends out there, in order to have nice, brand new looking shoes for a long time, definitely pick up this Jason Mark Essential Cleaning Kit. It's really great because you just give your shoes a nice brush down, wipe it away, and it keeps your shoes looking brand new for as long as possible. The second shoe that you should own, and something that I consider an absolute essential in any well-dressed man's wardrobe, is the white sneaker. They're clean, classy, and they look great with your casual and even more dressed up outfits. I really like the white sneaker because you can literally throw on a blazer, dark wash jeans, and you're gonna look fantastic. Under no circumstances though, should you be wearing your sneakers with suits. No, no, no. That's a very trendy thing to do right now, and I just really think that it doesn't do a suit any justice. I have these Adidas Stan Smiths here, which are my favorite in this category, but I also have others that I recommend in my article, which you can see at the link in the video description. Just a quick note, because I've gotten a lot of comments in my white sneakers video about this, Jordans and Air Force Ones are not the same as these, even if they're white, because they have a completely different profile. These are sleeker, are more slimmer in their profile. Air Force Ones and Jordans are much chunkier looking, and they have a very specific look that a lot of men can't pull off. The third pair of shoes you should own are Suede driving moccasins. I've already covered these in my Summer Essentials ebook, which you can download for free. Check out the video description for details. But they're also great shoes during the other parts of the year, depending on your climate. If you've never worn a pair, then you should definitely try some on. They're the most comfortable middle ground between a pair of dress shoes and sneakers. And once you've broken them in a little bit, it'll feel like you're wearing a pair of socks. I have these ones here by Tod's, which I really love. Definitely go with a dark brown first, and then you can add a tan color and then a navy color, which will cover you for every possible outfit outside of a suit, which, by the way, you should never wear driving moccasins with a suit. Suit equals dress shoes. The construction is fantastic and they hug your feet nicely, which is what you want, because a lot of cheaply made driving mocks, they actually tend to be really loose around this area right here, around your feet. So there's like a little gap between the actual shoe and your foot, which is what you want to avoid at all costs. So there's 3 things to remember about Suede driving mocks. So the first is only wear no-show socks with your driving mocks. I've done a whole video about socks, which you can take a look at in my video description below. The second point is before you ever wear them, make sure to Scotch guard them first so that you protect them against any dirt and liquid that can really stain your suede shoes. The third point is, the third point is They're suede, so they're gonna get dirty. It's inevitable, but just know going in when you're buying these shoes that they're gonna have a shorter shelf life than the rest of your shoes. But honestly, who gives a shit? They're so damn comfortable and they're gonna look fantastic. The fourth pair of shoes you should own is a pair of Oxford or Derby dress shoes. So the difference between an Oxford and Derby, it's pretty simple and pretty minimal as well. So basically, a Derby has this flap here that's not attached. So you can move it around. An Oxford would have this flap basically be sewn onto the shoe so you couldn't move it around. That's really the only difference. So I've covered Oxford and Derbies pretty extensively before. So I'm recommending going with a pair of black dress shoes, as well as, if you can swing it, a pair of dark brown dress shoes. These two colors will go with pretty much all of your outfits, except something super casual like a t-shirt and jeans, which you should not wear dress shoes with that. Since you should also already own at least one suit in your closet, then you definitely need a pair of dress shoes, because no other types of shoes should really be worn ever with a pair with a suit. So I prefer a plain toe, which is what I have here, a plain toe dress shoe, but you can also go with a cap toe as well. Both will look just as great. Now, as for broguing, burnished toes, oxblood, and other unique colors like that, I'm always getting asked about those types of shoes and whether men should own them. That's like 2 levels down the road if you're just learning to dress well. They're very specific and won't go with as many outfits, so definitely feel free to grab them only after you've invested in a nice pair of black and dark brown dress shoes. I like these Derby shoes by Ferragamo, which they also have in brown as well. They have just a nice sleek profile to them. It's a plain toe dress shoe. I really love these, but I also have other recommendations to fit any budget, which you can check out in my article linked in the video description. So the final pair of shoes, well, in this case, boots, that you should own is a pair of brown leather boots. So they're utilitarian in the sense that you can definitely wear these in a lot of adverse weather conditions, but they also look really great with elevated casual outfits. I prefer brown because it's a great fall winter color, and generally you're wearing leather boots usually around the cooler parts of the year. But I mean, you can certainly wear them year round. And they'll also look great with the dark wash jeans and wool trousers that you should already have in your closet. I've been asked this by quite a few viewers. So unless you're going for a lumberjack or American Japanese worker style look, then you should never wear these boots with a suit, because repeat after me, these are not dress boots at all. Don't wear these with suits. I've got these ones here by Purdy, which actually Crockett & Jones makes and manufactures these boots for them. So they're technically Crockett & Jones, but you can buy them through Purdy, which I'll have linked in the article. So these ones I love. I love this pebbled brown leather here. They also have Goodyear welting at the bottom, and they're just a really great boot. I mean, I've done a ton of research on finding the best boots out there, and I hands down absolutely love these ones. If you want to know how to tie your laces like I have here so that you don't have a bunch of excess laces just flopping around, then check out my video about the proper way to tie your shoelaces for boots, linked in the video description. So those are the 5 types of shoes you should own. Definitely check out my website for a more in-depth article that includes all of my product recommendations for each type of shoe fitting any possible budget that you have. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and remember, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.